This video is for you when you'd like to meet more women, but you literally only have male friends. You've tried to get your friend group into environments where you can meet more women, but it just never works out. So you are kind of stuck with these guys and no girls at all. I used to be in a similar position to you, but I figured out what I needed to do to escape this loop and finally meet women. This video is going to teach it to you as well. Let's go. So I want to begin this by telling you my story, and why should you listen to it? Well, if you can relate to the problems I'm facing right now, you can also use the same solutions I used for those problems. Because my social life literally was fucked before. I used to be a nerdy gamer like all throughout until I was 15 or 16 years old, and then COVID hit and I had 2 more years of retardation in my social skills development. So just when you start going out and start drinking alcohol, COVID hit us and I was stuck with those guys. So all throughout COVID, we literally met as this male friend group. We were like 6 guys plus me, and they just fucking drank alcohol. Like, this was literally what we did every weekend. We drank and then we went home. And I'm telling you, this was literally every weekend for us for minimum a year, and then eventually somehow, I don't even remember really how a girl got into a group, but this friend group was just unpolarized as fuck, and we literally treated her like another guy friend, which is not what you're supposed to do. So with this friend group, we rarely went to the clubs, we never went to bars, and we literally just sat at home, we bought cheap alcohol and then we drank. And for that one girl that was in our group now, we actually had some nights where there were 2 more women plus her, and but the ratio honestly was still shit because it was still 6 guys to 3 women, and also these women fucked off pretty soon when they noticed that we were just like fucking alcoholics. And honestly, if you have women in your friend group, you probably also have the same feeling of they're not there for you. They are not there because they actually like you. They're just there because, oh yeah, they have like a crush on some guy in the group or something, and they try to infiltrate the social circle. And you can feel this, that when she's going around greeting everybody, giving everybody a hug, she's not giving you a hug because she likes you. She's just giving you a hug because she gave everybody before you a hug. I never connected with these women who were in my friend group, but I still wanted to meet girls. I actually vividly remember how it felt to organize enough women for a party, because when I threw a party, I didn't want it to be like the sausage party, you know, there's like fucking 6 guys and then 1 chick. No, that just felt wrong because I wanted to meet women, right? So actually quite often a month before the party actually was hosted, I was fucking going around trying to be social as fuck, trying to connect with as many women as possible to invite them to my party. And then what ended up happening is this.
Like, I don't want to leak the identity of my friends here, but what ended up happening is that they were talking in a group of 3 instead of talking to the chicks.
I remember how much of a struggle it was to organize women for the party, because my 6 guys, they didn't help me organize any women. Like, organize sounds evil, I know, but just for the sake of this context, we're not talking about them like there's some fucking product that you need to put on the shelf. But the burden was always on me to compensate for the 6 guys in my friend group who never brought girls. Like, literally, they never brought girls. Honestly, eventually we had this joke in our friend group that these guys only pull up to the party to make the quota worse. Like, you know how a party should have like a 1-to-1 quota? Well, they were there and they never did anything for the quota. And I also vividly remember how one of my friends told me after the party was over, you know, the next day, he told me like, oh yeah, you can't really mix friend groups at the party. Bitch, you know what a party is, right? You know that you go to a party because you don't want just to chill with all the people you already know, because you want to meet some new people. But this guy literally told me not to mix friend groups when I'm throwing a party. And I was just thinking like, damn, these motherfuckers were actively resisting meeting new women. So all of this and this fucky social life led to the fact that I have never had a female friend in the entirety of my life. And now you're thinking, wait, you never had a female friend? No, I don't do friends anymore. Okay, so if you can relate to the story I just told you, here's the solution I figured out. The problem with meeting women in an all-male friend group is that most of the advice you get, for example, the ones saying, oh yeah, just go, be social, just meet with your guys, and then you're going to meet women eventually. It doesn't work, because when your guys literally are so fucking bitchless that they actively resist meeting women, then you can go out however often you want with them. They're not going to help you get in contact with women. And now you might think, oh well, maybe I can use dating apps. No, you shouldn't use dating apps, they're dating apps. I made a lot of other videos telling you why dating apps are trash. You can check them out actually. We're not going to go into much more detail than this. And then also when you think, well, my friends are fucking shit at getting girls in the club, then I'm just going to go solo to the club. That's terrible. I did it a couple times and bro, honestly, you don't belong there. When you don't bring a friend group to the club, you just like, everybody can spot that you're just the odd one out. Don't go to the club on your own. So if social circle doesn't work, if bars and nightclubs don't work, and if dating apps don't work, well, what's left? The solution that I used to finally get girls in a male-only social circle is to learn cold approach. Cold approach is the skill of starting a conversation from thin air with a random person, in this case, women. So why was it cold approach exactly that helped me fix my male-only social circle? Well, let me just show you the scenario because I bet you can relate to this. When you are meeting with your large guy friend group, let's say you have 6 friends and then there's you already know the dynamic that happens there. There's going to be like this one trio and they're like more on the conservative side, and then when they see you trying to influence them, oh yeah, let's go to a club, let's talk to some women, they're like, what a cringe guy, why is he so creepy, why is he only thinking about women? Even though they want women as well, but they're scared. Like it's some psychological shit. You are the representation of facing your fear of girls, and when they see you be representing that, they're thinking like, no, we have to hate on that. And also the larger the group gets, the harder it is to convince these fuckers to anything, because now you have to convince 6 people instead of just 2 or 1. So there's one saying that I like to apply when it comes to large groups is, the nail that sticks out gets hammered. And that's exactly what's happening when you try to introduce the scary idea of talking to women to a friend group who gets no girls. Which is, oh wait, no, he's trying to do something else. Dun, 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 dun. That's what they're doing to you. I know you felt this dynamic when you were trying to like talk to women. They were like, oh look at this guy, oh what a goof. So what you need to do is to say fuck you to these guys and do cold approaches without being in their group. And by the way, if you want to get into this, I made a full guide to getting girls through cold approach. It's the first link in the description. If you suffer from this male-only friend group, then this shit can literally help you escape that, so check it out. So what you want to avoid when you're doing cold approaches is to go out with your large group of 6 guys, because they're going to hammer the nail that sticks out. But you also want to avoid going on your own, because then you're going to be the guy who goes alone to the nightclub and he just doesn't belong there. So when you go in a group, you're going to get bad energy from the group, but if you go on your own, you're going to get bad energy from inside of you, because you see all those other people who are having fun with their friends and they're just in there thinking like, oh damn, I really, like I had to leave my friends at home because they're not fun, and now I'm on my own and I still don't have fun. So the best solution you can do to learn cold approach is to go on a bro date. You're going to tell one of your bros, oh yeah, come on, let's meet up, we're going to go on a walk. And then this walk, coincidentally, is going to lead somewhere where there's women you can talk to. But when you are choosing your bro, there's a couple of criteria you have to keep in mind, because if you go with the wrong bro, you're not going to do any cold approach, because he's just going to be making fun of you the whole time. First criteria, he has to be bitchless and he has to have the deep desire to do something about it. Second criteria, he's the guy in your friend group who's most likely to do new, aka scary stuff. And the third criteria, if you have one of those guys in your friend group, just pick the guy who already gets girls. So most likely you have a gut feeling right now, and there's one of your bros that immediately came to your mind when I described those criteria. This is the one you need to take on a bro date. Okay, now, when you're out with your guy then, what I want you to do is get like into this loud, fun, social mood. You know, where you're just cracking jokes and you're bumping him and you're laughing and he's laughing and you're being kind of obnoxiously loud on purpose. You actually kind of want to attract the attention of other people when you're making your jokes, so they can see, oh yeah, these guys are having fun. Try to get in a flow with your bro, try to have like funny conversations, and not even think about the girls yet. Let me actually tell you a story. I was with my bro recently and I told him, okay bro, today we're gonna talk to so many chicks until we get the number, no matter what happens. And we were going into like the social place, and we kind of made a joke about it, because I kept telling him, okay, and don't let them know that we're only here for the chicks, okay? Like, don't tell anybody, we're only here to talk to women. And then we kind of made a joke from it. We were saying it like, oh, and don't make sure you let nobody know that we're only here for chicks. And he jumps onto it, he's like, yeah bro, exactly. Like if the chicks knew we were only here for them, bro, we'd be so fucking cooked. And it was super fucking hilarious, and then we did our approaches. So you want to get into the social, fun, loud, flowy mood. And once you're in there, you're going to decide, okay, what's the goal for today? Like if you've never done a cold approach before, if you're very new to this, just set yourself the goal of, okay, I want to speak to one woman. When you're a little bit more advanced, you can say, okay, I want to get rejected by one woman, and then just scale it up. Just like in the gym when you put more weights on. And yes, you just heard me correctly. I said you should aim for rejection. Why is that a good thing? Well, let me just tell you the story of a cold approach where I got brutally rejected, and I was fucking dicking around 5 minutes before doing it. And like, she didn't even say anything to me. She was like, it was painful, you know? But after the cold approach, I didn't feel bad about myself. Actually, I felt quite good about myself because yeah, the approach was shit, but I still managed to beat my fear and approach it. Cold approach is a mental battle, and when you can beat yourself, beat your fear, and do the approach and be outcome detached, not give a fuck about what the approach is going to lead to, then you're a fucking baller. Because the hardest part about cold approach is not like what to say to the girl, it's literally just to beat that bitch voice in your head and tell it, okay, fuck off. That's why I recommend you to go out with your bro and get into this flowy mood, because it's going to help you not have this increasing overthinking, paranoid thought carousel. Okay then, you can check out the first link in the description. It's my full guide to getting girls through cold approach. Make sure to check it out. And otherwise you can click and watch this video to keep on learning, or subscribe to the channel right here. I'll see you in the next one.